Stefanie, you now say there's a 65% chance of a government shutdown, right? You just raised it.
Yes, just right before heading over here. Based on the events of today, we felt it was necessary to increase those odds. As you probably saw, some of the Democrats in the Senate said that they felt like they had the votes to block the current package. We're at 65%. We're not at 100% because just that the current package can't pass doesn't mean they can't find a deal, but things are looking much more dicey right now than they were this morning.
Okay, so then, so what happens? And if let's, if we get into a government shutdown scenario, what is going to be the impact?
Yeah, I mean, what we have been watching at height and what our clients, what investors really care about is what does this do to momentum? Investors have been very happy with what they've seen from Washington over the last few months. They got a major tax reform bill. They got a tremendous amount of deregulation from the White House. And what this would do would be to sort of be a slap in the face, some back to reality for investors thinking that, oh, you know what, maybe Washington doesn't always function perfectly. And we would expect that the market would not like that news.
No, not at all, I would imagine. But is it going to have any longer term impact?
I think it depends on why the government shuts down, and that will determine for how long. So if it's just over this immigration fight, which has been at the center of the shutdown risk issue for weeks now, that could be something where after a few days and the pressure of having the government shut down, they're able to come to some sort of agreement. But if there have been some new requests by senators to have a longer term through the rest of the fiscal year, so through September of later this year, a final deal on spending, that's going to take a few weeks. So if that's truly what they need to vote for this thing and the votes aren't there unless they can find those, that could be a couple weeks shutdown. So the longer term impacts would be what happens if the government shuts down for 10, 14 days.